never all a fix will come around.
Finally, our dream home in Stewiacke? Who knew? But here it is, and we are settling in very nicely, tending to projects that we're excited about, decorating the house, painting chairs like this beautiful rocking chair that was left with the house, and then taking the star and placing it on the home. Wayne found the star years ago in someone's garbage. And the town is so beautifully flat, you can bike and walk anywhere. And of course, we are still doing our housework, like putting clothes on the new clothesline, and Jasper has found his favorite happy spot. We're back to playing music in our beautiful music room. So how excited were we when Eric Bowers and his daughter Anne dropped in today for a visit? We couldn't wait because we've heard so much about Eric. Eric's pretty famous here in Stewiacke. He and his wife Winnie raised their 6 children in this exact home. Eric had his own radio program for years where he was a DJ for CHFX in Halifax, and he had the opportunity to personally meet several famous stars such as Johnny Cash and Charlie Pride. Twin City Records released a 45 in the 70s of Eric's, which included the first song he ever wrote entitled, "I'd Give the World to Have You Near Me." The 45 is now a collector's item. So as you can imagine, Wayne and Eric didn't take very long to get out the guitars and start having a little jam session. Let's listen.
You can always hear me singing the country song. I'm trying to learn a line or two, but I can pick and sing for you. I'm a weekend country music star. Oh, I'm a weekend country music star. Yeah! So I love to sing and I pick on my guitar. I play Friday, Saturday, Sunday, expect to work on Monday. I'm a weekend country music star. Now I've even been to Nashville, Tennessee. Me too. Me too. And I heard them sing a brand new offering. We did that. Me too. But I gave my heart a thrill. I know it always will. 'Cause I'm a weekend.
So here's a little bit more about Eric Bowers. He was born in 1934 in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia, but moved to Fall River as a young lad. He is the oldest of 9 children, and as a boy he enjoyed country music and learned to play the guitar and sing, obviously. He started playing and singing in his mother's living room. His mother said he always wanted to be a singing cowboy, and when he was 7 years old, he made his first guitar out of his grandfather's cigar box and elastics. Eric spotted a guitar he really liked in The Simpsons when he was young, and his mother put the $35 guitar on her account, and Eric promised to pay her $2.50 from his paper route every month. He still has that guitar today. Eric later moved to Stewiacke, where he now resides, but not in this house. Around 1951, he met Carl Dalrymple, and they performed together on the Eric Bowers Show on Truro CKCL radio station for 5 years. These shows were sent and played at radio stations in Windsor, Kentville, Antigonish, and Bridgewater. Around 1954, Eric performed on a CBC TV show called Roundabout. Some of you might remember that show. Eric is known for his popular Elvis routine, which he started in 1956 at the Casino Theatre in Halifax while doing a benefit show to raise money for the Spring Hill Mine disaster. He's warm-hearted as well. He also began playing dances in 1956 in the Sackville and Bedford areas. He played on Country Time with Vic Mullen and Myrna Laurie, and also appeared several times as a guest on the Down Easter show in the early 60s. Eric formed his band in the late 60s, first known as the Country Music Makers and now known as the Country Folk. Eric and his band are very close and have kept the same band members throughout the years, including Carl Dalrymple, Ron Hanrahan, and Keith DeLong. Eric started playing clubs in Halifax in the early 70s. The first club he played was Harbor Lights Lounge, now known, well, not now, but previously known as Little Nashville, or we used to call it The Boot when I was young. Eric had the privilege to share the same dressing room and play the same show with Barbara Mandrell in the 70s in Halifax. Imagine that. And he has also shared the stage with Don Messer and is good friends with Tom T. Hall. Wow. In Eric's 60-year career, he has performed on cable television, several exhibitions, and numerous benefit shows. He has played for the Arthritis Telethon in Truro for almost, well, let's say over now, 20 years. He has been a judge at many talent shows and been involved with a number of presentations through CHFX Radio. Eric was inducted into the CHFX Country Music Hall of Fame and received the Trailblazer Award from the Nova Scotia Country Music Association. Eric is an avid Hank Williams fan. He is also a Hank Snow and Elvis Presley fan, and his favorite song happens to be Satisfied Mind by Porter Wagoner. Eric was continuously performing all over Nova Scotia in seniors' complexes, variety shows, and festivals. Eric and the Country Folk were a very popular attraction at the 9 Mile River Jamboree as well. They had been performing there for over 35 years, so you can see why Wayne and I were very excited to meet Eric today. So let's listen to Eric now as we eat our strawberry shortcake and drink a nice cup of coffee, talk about this beautiful home that Wayne and I just purchased, where he and Winnie raised their 6 children.
Do you remember who you bought it from? Who I bought it from? The woman that was here at the time. No, I can't remember her last name. But she's still alive, I think. She used to live out in West St. Andrews, towards West St. Do you know the place yet? You know where you are?
No. Well, I know, no, I don't know that place you just said.
No. If you go up here by the post office, the old post office, the post office that's there now is in the building. Do you get your mail here now?
Yeah.
And you know where you get your mail, right up the end of this street?
Yeah.
And go over across there. Well, the mail used to be delivered from the old post office, which is in the via the road.
Yep.
Up there.
That old building, brick building that's there?
Okay. Yes.
That used to be the old post
Yeah.
office.
Beautiful old building.
Cool.
That was the post office. And everything, well, they moved out of there and everything went into the new post office that they built here.
In strip mall, like over the Guardian Center.
Did I answer any questions that you asked, or did I?
Yeah, some of them. I'm not sure, I forget now.
So what he was getting at was West St. Andrews is out that way. If you go up to the V and you go out towards Wittenberg that way, then
Oh,
you
I
come
drove,
out to
sorry,
West
I
St.
drove by that in
Andrews.
my motorcycle.
Yes.
I went for a
Yeah.
drive.
Mm-hmm.
It comes from
Yeah.
dirt road.
You bought it too?
No, I drove my motorcycle.
Oh, your motorbike.
Trailer on the back of the truck.
And so what was the woman's first name that owned the house, Dad, that you got when you guys bought it?
I can't remember.
Can't remember that.
Where are you from, this area?
I'm from Fall River.
Fall River.
You know
Okay.
Fall River?
Oh yes, no Fall River.
Very well. That's where I grew up, around that area.
Did you?
Oh, did you?
Port Wallace. So the
Port
beginning.
Oh, okay.
The beginning.
No, that's not far from River.
Not at all.
It's
So you
not right on the,
probably know Doug Archibald.
Uh-huh.
Ross and Helen Archibald.
That, anyway.
Yeah.
That's, that name sounds very familiar.
He grew up in Port Wallace and he's a good friend of ours. Doug would be, you said you were born 1964?
didn't Dougie,
So,
you knew
Doug
Dougie.
would be a bit
Dougie
older
who?
than you,
Dougie
so
Bell?
you might not have known.
I knew of
But
him.
anyway.
I thought
But I
he
do
lived
remember the
on
names.
Fort Wallace.
They lived there for years and years and years in Port Wallace.
I want to hear more about the funeral
Yes.
parlor.
The funeral parlor. Well, we're eating in the room where they used to let people out.
That's cool.
Woohoo!
So, that's all.
That's all.
That doesn't make you throw up though, does
No,
it?
that don't scare me.
You
No,
gotta
I
worry
like
about
it.
the live ones, not the dead ones.
Exactly.
And downstairs, they tell me that that's where A.D. Fulton, did you hear that
No.
thing before? Well, A.D. Fulton was the man that owned this house. I don't know what the A and the D stood for, but he was always known as A.D. Fulton.
A.D. Fulton.
Yeah, but he owned the house. And I think he did all well, there's some of it, the fancy work.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
See, it's in here. There were, I don't think there were two things the same. I'm not sure.
Oh, handmade.
There's two doors out there and that. We used that for our dining room. And later on we made a den. Did we have a den? No, we just had dining room.
No, it was always
Well, all
dining
we
room.
had, we
Yeah.
built a den out there. But where was I with the wall?
A.D.
all the-
Fulton.
All of A.D.
A.D.
Fulton
Fulton.
did all those fancy things on the corners of each room. See that one over there, what it's like? It's not the same as this one.
Nope.
All a little different.
Yeah, and this is a little different than the one that's out in the dining room.
Yeah.
But the dining room one, the wall, that door that goes out into where we had our den, where you have your equipment out there,
Mhm.
that, he put that wood finish on it. No, he didn't put that finish. Brian put finish on it, didn't he? Going into
No,
the den?
that was long before Brian.
Was that?
Yeah,
Oh, Brian's
Yeah.
my son-in-law.
yeah. No, that was long before Brian.
Okay, well then
Yeah.
that was.
Did you
that was
say
it.
there was a big piece on the back of it here?
So, before we bought the house, Dad, there was a great big piece on the back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Tell them, do you remember anything about that? What that was for and stuff?
It may have been, no, I'm just guessing. It may have been a place where A.D. did bodies.
Oh, he was a funeral guy, was he?
Oh, he was
Well,
the
he was a
funeral
funeral
director.
director. Cool.
Funeral director.
Body snatcher.
And he may have done the
Your body.
cosmetic stuff that you do to people's faces and all
Right.
that. I don't think it was as advanced as it is today. I think they insert things and they can make you, if you had a double chin, they can still give it to you and things like that.
Yeah.
So I don't think he did all that, but
Probably not.
but he was just a general man. But was the director, funeral director. He did everything himself.
And he made that door.
Oh, everything that you see wood,
Hey, that front door.
that's one of his creations. The doors that are here on the den, and all the woodwork that you see in the den.
Yeah.
And if you see, he moved from that to the way it is here, and then that one matches this. He was kind of tricky. He just did. I think I never got a chance to meet him. I wish I had.
Yeah.
But I came up here before he died, but I didn't know we lived further up the street here in the beginning when we came here.
And he didn't live here before you bought it though, someone else
No,
lived here,
there
yeah.
was some of his relations.
So it would have been a funeral home in the 50s, maybe?
Well, if A.D. Fulton built it, and it was his home,
Would have been 1912.
it would have
Long
been in the
time.
early
Safe
1900s.
to search that name.
It would hardly be 1912 or something like that when he was in here, I think.
But he might have still been here in the 50s.
Oh, yeah.
Or family of his.
I can't remember
name.
when he died, really.
So he did build it?
Yes, A.D. Fulton built it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That is a big
That's
piece
what
of
everybody
it.
used to say. You
No
live in,
bodies in the basement.
you live in A.D. Fulton's
Not that I know
house, you know?
Yeah.
You had more time to look than me.
Yeah.
Well,
And the woodwork around
we've
here,
been
somebody
through
painted
a lot
that.
of places,
Yeah.
a lot of the area down there, I'm telling you.
That's too
so-
bad they painted it, because I would have loved
Take
that.
it away a little bit.
No ghosts
Yeah.
that you seen or anything?
Beautiful deep brown.
Not that I remember, but we used to be scared up in the attic sometimes. when we get up there.
I never saw a ghost of him.
There might be, you know.
You guys have bedrooms in the attic?
Yep, there were two.
Two
bedrooms in
Two
the
bedrooms
attic.
up in the attic now?
No, well, the room's up there, we don't, they're okay.
Oh, 2 rooms.
2 rooms, yeah.
Boys used to sleep up there.
Oh, it's up there, that dead flies.
What's that? Lots of dead flies, yeah.
Oh, yeah, lots of dead flies up there. We'll get around to that eventually.
That's,
Well-
one thing.
For a lot of years, we didn't use that third story. Like I said, everybody, well, we were little, like little kids for starters, and everybody was like a little bit scared of going up
Yeah.
into the
Oh,
attic.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
you know.
so scary. Wayne and I are like, whoa, here we go.
And it reminds me of the attic and government house, to be honest with you, same deal.
Yeah.
Including the dead flies.
But then as we got older and as teenagers, of course, 4 boys didn't want to sleep in the same room and 2 girls. Like, I don't want to sleep with her anymore. So I'm going to go fix up one of the bedrooms upstairs.
Yeah.
And so 2 of the boys did that,
Yeah,
fixed up the one on the back side there.
yeah.
And I fixed up the one on the front side.
Okay.
And I slept up there for a while. And then there were still 2, and my sister, and then mom and dad. And then, probably around the same time that they redid the kitchen, we also upstairs, so that it's like a big bedroom now, sort of.
Yes, yeah.
Well,
still
that
is.
was 2 separate bedrooms,
Okay.
and mom and dad's was always on this side, and the boys slept here. And then the front bedroom was mine, my sisters, Marlene and I.
Your office now? That one?
Yeah.
So the
there
front
was-
one.
There were 6 of you.
There were 6 of us, yeah.
Yeah, 6 of us.
6 kids.
Yeah,
But you're only little, I mean, people say, oh, I'm sleeping in one house, you're only little kids.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and everybody did it in those
Yeah.
days.
And,
We did same
Big
thing.
families always lived together in those days.
yeah,
Nobody
and you
ever-
know, and I moved out basically when I was 18 because I went to university, and then I got married when I was 21. So, you know, I was in university for 3 years and then I was gone.
Yeah.
And, you know, and the same with, you know, my older brother and my sister, so.
So when did you move out of here, Eric?
When did we move out?
Yeah, you and your wife.
About,
Sorry.
I didn't ask for music, however.
And that's the quiz question for $20.
When did we move out, Ann? 3 years ago?
2018, August of 2018.
So this is 22, it'll be 4 years in August.
4
And then the
years in
French
August.
lady bought it,
Yeah.
The one from New Brunswick.
yeah.
Yeah, she bought it and she fixed it up quite a bit.
Wow. Actually, I'm very surprised. I thought she fixed it up more like inside than she did.
It really looks fixed up from the outside.
Yes,
But
yeah.
inside, you can tell, like these, it's still plaster walls. and
This is all still, yeah, the original.
All still you guys,
The
yeah.
original stuff. Oh, that light there was in the dining room.
Yeah.
This one, and
Yep.
these are original fixtures that we had here.
So she didn't do much of anything there.
Not really, no. She put the fireplace in, but yeah.
She brought that with her, we had to have that
Oh,
wedding
did she?
blanket, she brought that down from New Brunswick.
Mm-hmm.
Had it installed, and we had a bit
That
of an
one
issue with
probably
that.
still pulls down, does it?
I never laid a hand on it.
Likely,
Yeah.
Pulls down, doesn't it?
it pulls
Yeah.
down.
Well, see, that
It
news
used
to
to.
me, I didn't know that.
Yeah, pulled right down
My,
like over the dining room table.
Oh, in the corner, like, yeah.
Well, it wasn't in the corner there, it was out there in the dining room.
I doubt it, then they probably just wired it direct here.
Likely,
I wouldn't want
yeah.
to pull on
No, I wouldn't want to pull on it either.
it. No,
No,
I'll leave that the way it is.
yeah.
Gail always wanted a house of this vintage. This has always been her dream.
Mm-hmm.
Most people my age are selling houses and going in apartments.
Yeah.
But the guy next door here, his father, who's my age, was down yesterday cutting the grass. And they just did that. They just sold their house and got an apartment so they can travel. I said, well, you're living my life. That's still filming. But this is what her dream was. And that's why we're here.
Yeah. Nice old house.
No, it's nice. She's working. So it's nothing different. This is
Did you move in,
3 weeks ago.
3?
3 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
We're still not moved in, if you
No,
can
no,
see it
yeah.
around. I mean, it's a far
It's always a
Brian put
continuing
those railings
process.
on, didn't he?
the railings on the steps, yeah.
Probably the new stair treads too.
New stair treads, yeah.
That's our, my other daughter's husband, Brian, he's a good carpenter. He put the kitchen in too.
Yeah, it's beautiful kitchen. Now, we figured out that what she did was mostly exterior
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
decks, siding, which is good, new roof.
Oh, yeah.
I would think the roof was leaking by the looks of some of the spots in the ceilings.
Oh, okay.
So the new roof fixed all that, I would hope.
I don't think it ever leaked while we were here, while I was
I don't
here.
think so either. It really was just re-shingled not too long before she bought it.
Oh, and she put the metal roof on.
Yeah, because my husband
but
and Brian actually did it, yeah. Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
We moved.
You still filming, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was talking about your shit. I was saying
what's new?
this is your dream home, and I said, and most people my age are going to an apartment, getting rid of houses. I moved into one, so but that's what we do.
You moved from an apartment to here?
No, we moved from a long story. We moved from a house in Eastern Passage into her mom and dad's house because her mom was sick,
Yeah.
got sick, and her mom died a month later.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So we stayed to help out with her dad because he crashed.
Were you in the passage then?
No, we were in Dartmouth, Port Wallace.
Oh, Port Wallace.
Yeah, so basically up the hill from the Micmac Tavern.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know where the Micmac Tavern is.
Okay, well,
It's new.
Well, it's right along Lake Micmac there. You probably.
Oh, I met past it.
Yeah.
it was built in 1963,
Okay.
so,
Yeah, I
No.
never frequented the taverns at
No,
all. I never knew
once-
where they were.
No, once,
Just unless I went there to play.
yeah, yeah.
once we moved here, you didn't go to the city too much other than to play.
Yeah, no, why would ya? And now I have to go into the city once a week for work,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I dread going. I just want to stay here.
Well, you were a lineman. Where were you based at? Truro?
When I first went to work with the company, I was in Bedford.
Bedford.
Yeah. Bedford had a small little office right by, you know where the fish hatchery is in Bedford?
Okay.
By the bridge there?
Yep.
The Light and Power had a little building there. I'll tell you what the building originally was. It was a telephone office for Bedford, years gone by. Well, anyway, we had that building, and we had a little bit of property down where the fish hatchery is, and there was a big old barn there, and that was where we kept our stock and stuff, and we had a transformer stand out in the yard, and
When our cake and coffee was done and we'd heard so many wonderful stories from Eric, he wanted to go down in the basement and look at his old recording studio. We went down, and sure enough, there was the table that he made from his mother's old kitchen table. And Anne told us that when they purchased a brand new set of furniture, Eric took this old table from his mother's house and cut it in half and turned it into his recording studio table. Our visit ended by being outside on the deck on our newly painted rocking chair, thanks to Wayne. And see the door behind us there? Well, that door used to be on the front of the sun porch where we are now, kind of, when Anne was a young girl growing up, she told us. So it's a very special door, and we kind of knew it was when we bought the place. Unexpectedly, Anne and Eric brought us some beautiful roses, and they're sitting right now in our west window in the dining room. We are very thankful for their visit. We're very thankful for this house in Stewiacke. We're very thankful for so many things. We really don't have time to list them all, but we're very grateful, and we love Stewiacke. And we love everyone listening and watching this little video. We hope you liked it. And most importantly, well, for us anyways, Jasper is very content here. As you can see by this photo, him in his little bed, hugging onto what he calls his Chewy. Or maybe we call it his Chewy. Thanks for watching. God bless.